Welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle TV, the live TV show all about the legal aspects of your business to help educate you on complex legal terms in an easy to understand manner, to help understand why you need to do certain things in your business from a legal point of view, and to help you develop a plan for the future. Our mission at Business Legal Lifecycle is to help empower all small to medium-sized businesses around the world to get access to legal advice so that they can help build their communities and make the world a better place.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle TV. It is Monday here where we are, so it's Fast Fix Monday. My name is Craig Mason, and I have with me, as always, Jeremy. Say hello to everyone, please, Jeremy.
Hi everyone, hope you're having a great Monday.
Excellent. So today we're talking about wills, and specifically the difference between a simple will and a complex will. So you might have heard those terms thrown around. There are many ways to be right and different definitions for simple and complex wills. But when we're talking about wills, this is where you document what you want to happen to your estate if something happened to you. So if you passed away, so you're appointing executors, beneficiaries, etc. So that's essentially what a will is. It's a written direction normally signed by the testator, where they're outlining exactly what they want to happen to their estate. So when you're talking about a simple will, that's a normal situation where you'd have a spouse, partner, whatever it might be, and potentially a couple of children. Simple will would be you're giving everything to your spouse. If something happened to them, you're giving it to your children. You have a house and money at the bank and sort of simple-ish assets, I guess. And that would be classed as what we would say is a simple will. So most of the time when someone says a simple will, it's just an ordinary will where you're appointing, one executor, a couple of beneficiaries. So that would be the best way of describing what a simple will is. Jeremy, so as I said, we're talking about what the difference is between simple and complex. So what would you say is a complex will?
Yeah, so a complex will is a will that includes things like testamentary trusts, which are more complicated. That's what the reason for the word complex will. And what it does is it allows you to leave money on trust. And Craig will go through some situations where you'll use that. But that's the main difference. Is a complex will has those extra provisions that sets up a trust and then allows for you to leave your estate to your beneficiaries on trust rather than just leaving it to them directly. So Craig, do you want to talk about when you will want to use a simple or a complex will?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few reasons why you might want to use a complex over a simple and vice versa. So when you're talking about complex, if you've got, say, a previous spouse and previous children to another relationship, you might be looking at a complex will. If you've got a large amount of assets that are owned in your own personal name, then you'd be thinking about a complex will over a simple will. And the reason behind that is that you have the ability in a complex will to establish what's called a testamentary trust, which basically is a trust that doesn't become in existence until you pass away. And then rather than going to your beneficiaries in their own right, it goes into trusts for those particular beneficiaries to protect those assets going forward. So the main reasons would be you've got previous relationships, a large amount of assets that you want to try to protect. There are taxation reasons as well to have a complex will. So this is not tax for yourself, obviously, that you're paying on a yearly basis or whatever it might be. This is the tax of the estate and the tax of the beneficiaries going forward. So that's when you're talking about complex wills, it's not something that's giving you any protection or anything that you're using now. It's all if you pass away. And you put these structures in place to help your beneficiaries going forward, reducing tax, etc., and then they have asset protection from those assets, so they don't, dispose of those quickly, or they use them as you may want. Obviously, you can't rule from the grave, but you can put things in place that assists and helps them out in the future. So that'd be the main reason why I'd be using complex wills over simple wills. And then you might also, if there's a number of different beneficiaries, you could class that as a complex will, where you're going through a number of different assets and splitting those up and having life interests and life tenancies and those sorts of things. That would also be considered as part of a complex will. So in this area, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of different things you need to think about. As always, it's something that you want to get advice about. You want to get your accountant and your financial advisors involved with anything like this, because they're going to have all the information about your assets and insurance and those sorts of things. So it's a real team effort, or we encourage it to be a team effort if you're ever thinking about getting a will in place, which we'd encourage everyone to do. Jeremy, anything else you wanted to add for today's show?
No, I think that's comprehensive and covers everything that people need to do for need to know. Sorry, for complex and simple wills.
Great. So if you're interested in the show notes, jump on the website. This is show 204. The notes will be available there. As we said, pretty important topic, something that you all need to consider in your business, particularly when you get to the point when you're building assets. You may need to consider as well with a business who's going to take over that, and that definitely would fall into a complex world. So anyway, check out show notes, show 204, and we'll be back again next time. See you later.
See you next week.